certain types of people really rub me the wrong way. And I've always been semi-empathic, which has been something that's translated into my characterizations and stories. I've always been, applauded for making realistic characters that behave like real people and feel like real people because I'm always in touch with that sort of emotional perspective of putting myself in someone else's shoes and through observational aspects of human nature and behavior. I'm always usually able to get a beat on and pick up on a person's character, the way they carry themselves, the way they think of themselves and others around them. And unfortunately, even with this sort of sense, if you will, that I've had, there are still times where, like every lamb to the slaughter, I have the wool, pulled over my eyes as well, and I don't find out until too late that someone is somewhat questionable. And in my tenure online and on YouTube, I've met, a handful of these people who are emotional vampires and manipulators, have a chip on their shoulder and a sense of bravado, that they have something to prove. And I just fall out of contact with them because I don't like that. I don't like, this sort of using others to get a point across or to get yourself somewhere and that kind of user manipulator mentality. There was one cat who I had a lot of respect for, and actually was one of the people who led me to want to make videos to begin with on YouTube. And eventually he kind of fell out of love for his normal behavior and decided to be a one-man anti-troll. Under the guise of calling out the trolls who were bugging him and his friends, he decided to troll them back and came up with this little catchphrase about wanting a piece of his pie and such. And I lost respect for that because I felt like, this person was just becoming infantile. And whereas I had seen a mature thinking person originally. And the idea of, the more intelligence you have, the more need of sort of a feeling, a sense of play does come into mind, but I don't think that's necessarily the best way to utilize whatever gifts you may have, is to turn it on and against someone else, whether they're coming at you or not. There was another cat, sort of a pompous, maggot, who, as he started to grow on YouTube a little bit and was starting to do these like hangouts with other people, he was getting viewers from their channels respectively, and he got a real sense of just thick-headedness to the point where not too long ago he actually had someone who was a longtime friend of his who he had gone back and forth appearing in some of that person's videos and vice versa. He actually copyright claimed the person because the person had grown kind of tired of his infantile BS. And so he went around and copyright claimed them, saying, well, I'm appearing in these videos and I don't want that anymore. So you said something against me, fuck you, now you're taking your channel down and stuff like that. And then there's somebody else who I'm not really all that acquainted with. I actually know through a friend of mine, someone I consider family, who only recently did I become aware this guy's really got a chip on his shoulder, really kind of acting pompous and like an asshole. And I'm even seeing him making comments over on FB to other people like he's a Mr. Know-It-All, like he's a piece of shit. And it's just like, I don't understand as an empathic person why my life has been so filled with these kinds of people, except to say maybe it's an energy thing where I put off positive vibes and they can sort of siphon that and try to utilize that. I don't know if it's something beyond the tangible or if it's just coincidence and happenstance, but I really don't like people like that. I don't like emotional vampires and manipulators and just shitty people with bad attitudes. And I will cut them out of my life like so many cancerous tumors. I will put them out because I don't have any time to be used, to be, a means to someone else's ends. And I'll close the door and I'll look back.